Alright, what's up guys? Raiden here. So today it's time for another Zarc video. Yes, you know it had to happen, man. I love making these, so I always gotta give you guys a little update on what I'm playing on the side. I go to locals maybe once or twice a week, and I try to stay consistent with that, so I want to stay consistent with this. This video is going to be more centered around the extra deck this time around, because I have a couple of options I want to talk to you guys about. I came across some new cards. I got a couple of surprises for you guys, kind of give you an idea of what I'm working with, and a way this deck might be able to be ran, because unfortunately they pretty much bricked this deck in not so many words. The deck got screwed over. We lost Baron, we lost Appaloosa, we lost Borlo Savage, so they screwed us, man. So we work with what we have, you know what I mean? We don't complain, we adapt. So we are going to get into that today, and I want to know what you guys think. I genuinely want to know. I hope this makes it out to other Yu-Gi-Oh players, and especially Pendulum players, because this deck is really struggling right now. Pendulum as a whole is just not strong. There's no reason this should be at 1 and Election Might should be banned. But that's a different conversation for a different time. So let's get right into it, because this video, like I said, will be centered around the extra deck, and I really want to spend the most time over there. So right off the bat, you know the deal. Same ratio, nothing changes. We always run the 1 astrograph until the others have 3, and then his white brother. His brother-in-law, brother from another mother. Supreme Game Magician. He got the same pose, same everything, he's just white. So we got the black one, the white one, and same amount of tags. They're pretty much the same card, similar effects. Really good. Only this one is more universal. Like if he gets destroyed, I mean, you know what Astrograph can do. If you're watching this video, you know what Astrograph can do, and you should know what this card can do. If not, I have another video I did for that, doing a deck profile with a full explanation of the entire deck. Not going to focus on that here, because again, extra deck. We have his cousin, which I don't see get played enough. This card is really good in the deck, and it synergizes perfectly. I don't draw it that much, which is crazy, but he's a really good card. Like, if the card gets destroyed, he can special summon 2 cards from the hand. So, I mean, you can draw into this and, draw one of these and go into some decent plays. You know what I mean? Really good card. I love Vermin in the deck. I will never cut it. And then his own effect destroys himself. Special summon this from the hand of the deck to give you a body on the board. We talked about that in our previous video, how we always need 2 bodies on the board before we even consider Pendulum Summon. We got utility cards. We have Wisdom Eye, which fixes bad hands, fixes bad scales, and we have Purple Poison, which deals with problem cards, back row, field spells, things of that nature. You know what I mean? We have Double Iris, which is a searcher. This searches out a trap card and a spell card. You don't really need 2 of these anymore because of another spell card we run in the deck. We're doing 60 cards, by the way, but I still run 2 because we need high scales. This deck can sometimes suffer for high scales. Right? And we have the 2 Celestial Magician, which allows you to pretty much have a monster reborn for almost your entire extra deck, for everything except for link monsters. If they get destroyed, you can destroy this card and special summon from the graveyard. So great card. And you can set this in your skill using Wisdom Eye, so you don't have to hard search this ever, as long as you have Wisdom Eye. I would run 6 Wisdom Eye if I could, just to let you know how good this card is. 3, no questions asked. And then, not really utility, more of a combo piece, but Harmonizing Magician. Really good card. You need this, but you don't want to draw into it really. You want to search it, possibly. I mean, you can draw into it, you can make it work, but ideally you want to search this off of this card, so that you can use her effect and go into your plays. I'll give a brief explanation on how that works later down the line, but yeah, these cards all work together with each other. They're all magicians, so they all fall under the same archetype. They're really good cards. They're great for summoning out plays and getting into things and saving you. You know what I mean? They have really good effects. There's so many of them. So we have our 2 searchers. Skullcrobat Joker, which literally searches everything I just showed you. This 1 card searches all this. It does not search these for some reason. It doesn't search Astrograph or him, but it searches all 3 of these. So we're talking what, a third of the deck gets searched. Pretty good card to me. And then whatever else this doesn't search, that searches. So you have 2 cards, either your searchers. You start a hand with this, that's pretty much full combo. This plus a 1 spell card, or this plus chronograph gets you full combo. Great cards. This also doubles as a Monster Reborn. If you need it, it has the same effect as Celestial Magician. The only difference is you don't have to wait for your monster to get destroyed. You can do it anytime you want. This only works if something gets destroyed. You can put this in your scale, pop it, and bring back your Fusion XYZ or Synchro anytime you want. So great card, never a bad hand. You always want to see one of these. Now for our tuners. We are running 2 Noble Dragon to get to level 7 that it can be searched from the deck. I'll explain why this card is valid now. 2 White Wing, because harmonizing can only be used with other magician monsters, which is a pretty big problem, but you know, there's so many of them, I guess it doesn't really matter. But this one grabs it from the deck, but you can only synchro summon with something else that's a harmonizing, that's a magician. But there's so many magicians. There's like a magician, there's a level 1, there's a level 3, there's a 4, 6, 7, 8. So you have that many options, so it's instant synchro if it's a 1+1. You can go right into 9, right into 10. It's crazy. The ratios for the harmonizing is insane. And then we're running a 1 Odd-Eye Synchron. I'll explain why. We use it to get to our 6s and 9s. We don't run 6 no more, but we do run a 9, and I'll show you why this card is really good. I'm going to have to give you a brief explanation because this one is goated. You can hard draw it or you can search it. It's up to you. But you can search it off of Skullcrobat, or you can search off of something else. And then this is a tuner, but it's falls with Supreme King. These are 1s. You gotta run these, obviously. You have to run 1. You have to run this. You do not have to run this, but you most definitely have to run these 2. No questions asked. You screw the deck over if you don't. This is your literal #1 combo starter. So you have no choice. Black Fang for extra utility, just because we need a high scale and he has a nice little Monster Reborn for spellcasting in case things goes tough. Pretend this is Sloth. I don't have Sloth, but we can't use Goliath because he's a level 8, and the way I use him, we can't use. So pretend this is Sloth. This is the yellow one, level 6. Same effect, just level 6. Obligatory Odd Eyes because we summon Zarc the traditional way, so you gotta have it like that. Otherwise, it's a dead card. And then the new boys in town. This card we already ran. That's not new. We're running two new Draco Slayers because of a different card I'm about to show you. Let's get into it now. That's it for the monsters, by the way. This is a 60 card deck. We're going full throttle with this one because I like running 60 card pendulums. We're running 3 Draco Face Off. This is an extra searcher. Gets you a body on the board. The target for this is these 2. Excuse me, these 2. You don't need this card for this to resolve. It actually won't even search it, but these 2 right here. It's going to reveal these 2. Your opponent picks one, and you either put it in your pendulum zone or you special summon into the field. Either way, great card. Gives you an extra body on the field. And we need as many combo pieces as possible. So to kind of piggyback off that, the 3 face off, we're running 3 Shadows Light. Again, for the same reason, it gives you an extra body on the field plus an extra normal summon. So that's really all these cards are. These are combo extenders. They do nothing else. They don't stop plays. They don't do anything else but extend combos and help you build your board. So that's what they're there for. You want to draw at least 1 and you're good. You draw both, you're golden. You draw 1 plus a monster, that's full combo. We got Duelist Lights. This is again combo starter, and to search cards, that searches this, really good. You need both of these. They're really good. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. This is because we want to be able to continue to play. This deck is building around moving forward. So they ask you, they value you, not in permanence, but if they value you, anything like that, we can keep playing. We can just use this and make it happen. Or we're going second, we can steal one of their monsters after they activate a negating effect and keep playing. Again, combo piece. That's really this is a heavy combo deck, so that's what this will consist of. Dragon Shrine. Send a monster to the graveyard, and I mean, we know what Dragon Shrine does. This next card is unfortunate. I'd rather not run it, but if I don't run it, I can't play the game. Going second, Dark Ruler is great. It's the best option. Most people don't run Solemn Judgment or any type of negate. So that's why I have to run this card. If I'm dealing with a board that's going to be just blocked up, I can't play, it's bloated. You know, they have 5 negates. Most decks can get at least 2 or 3. Rizel is pretty strong right now, or Raziel, however you say it. So this top stack completely. So I gotta run, otherwise I can't play. Secret Village, if you go first, blocks a lot of spells because nobody runs spellcasters no more. And Star Pendulum Grab, combo extender. You want to get this on the field. Ideally, you want to start with Celestial, but just you want to start with this one. Have him use Duelist Alliance, and then when he uses his effect to destroy himself, this triggers. So it's a great card. That's the spells, those are the monsters, and 2 traps. The only traps we run. We have some switch outs in the side deck, but yeah, you know what this does. This summons Zarc turn 1, and this is just utility. Destroy and send cards to the graveyard. Alright, that's it for the extra deck. Now for the meat and potatoes of the video. So the purpose of this video is to entertain alternate ideas of how to run this deck. I broke it down into, I would say, maybe 5 different ways. So we have the generic way to run the deck, and then I will show you the other ways you can. So we got Beyond the Pendulum, have to run that. You can even run 2. We got Exceed the Pendulum, there's the upgraded version of her. It's level 3, grabs a card from the face-up extra deck to special summon, or special summon from the graveyard. We got Decode Tarker. You don't have to run Decode. I just run it because this is, you can't tell, this is a prismatic. I don't know if you can tell, but really, really beautiful card. This has to be run because we're summoning Zarc to OG with it. Time Star is great. Don't ever take him out of your deck if you're running Zarc. Don't ever take him out. If anything, run at 2, never less than 1. This is to clearly only summon this, otherwise this wouldn't even be there. Again, another Zarc requirement. This is utility. This is your Regeki, nuke to field. This is run to get rid of problem cards that cannot be targeted and can't be destroyed by battle of card effects, or just one of the 2. He can shuffle into the deck. So, really good card. This card is a combo piece and a Zarc requirement. These 2 cards exist to summon this. Omni Negate. He's an upgrade from Stardust Dragon. You need these 2. This deck can summon these pretty easy, so you get these 2 on the field to get this. This is just an Omni Negate, and then when it dies, it floats into a level 10 that I don't have, which kind of sucks, but yeah, you know. Without the floating effect, it's not even worth summoning because the resources required. And a new friend in the field who we can summon easily is Fast Dragon, and you summon Fast Dragon through this. Let me show you. Fast Dragon is summoned using these 2 right here. That's Fast Dragon. That's 4, 3, and this is a wind monster. You have to have a wind, non-tuner wind monster. So you got 3 + 7, and then you get Fast Dragon. I only run it because Fast Dragon is recyclable. He can come back after he dies because he's a level 7, and we can almost always pen him summon level 7. So it's a consistent extra deck negate, right? So we can run him now, and it's not hard to get that deck on a card in the field. You can even special summon it from the deck using him. He can grab Draco Slayers from the deck and special summon them. So, like, there's no reason to not be able to draw into this. So, good card. And then obviously Zarc. Like, we know what Zarc does. This is Zarc does. If you're watching this, you know what Zarc does. Now, let's get into the explanations. Now that's a good extra deck, but how about we want to go into some other options? What if you want to try some other things? Let's talk about it. We are going to call this the Banishing Package. These are 3 cards. You can swap these out. We're trying to keep it at 3. Sometimes it goes above 3, but you can swap it out. Bestial Dissipator. When you summon this card, you can negate based on if you have a banished card in your zone, banished zone, or in theirs. if they activate a monster effect, you can banish. You can shuffle a banished monster from your banish zone into the deck, or you can shuffle it from their banish zone into their deck. If you do, it destroys and negates it. It must be from their banish zone in order for this card to work. The best possible setup is to have one of these and this. Do not summon this by itself. It's useless. It has absolutely no protection at all whatsoever. It's just a nice level 10 beat stick that can just get wiped out easy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it has a little bit of attack, but people run monster effects so much today. 3,500 doesn't mean anything. So this is your beat stick. This and this are your real power cards. When you summon this, everything that leaves the field gets banished instead. If a monster or anything gets banished, he gets to banish another card, and he gets attack and defense by 100 for every card banished, and they lose attack for every card banished. So if you just have these, you don't even really gotta summon this. Honestly, this is just for a negate, but it's harder to get this out because it's a dragon requirement, and I don't have many level 7 dragons. So this is really, really, really situational. These are not. I can run these and summon these at any point. I can summon this the easiest. So what you want to do, you can summon this going first, and when you summon Zarc, since he banishes a card, he'll activate, and you get to banish a card. And he has his own self-protection. So really just summon this and this, and then wait your turn. And they're going to automatically be playing cards. They're going to get sent to the banish zone, and then bam, now you can banish a card. So banish package right there. Just these three, and we can summon these within the deck without too much of a problem. Bitch Shield is a little bit of an issue, but you can play around it if you like to. Next up, we have what I call Going Second OTK. So we have Aquabella XYZ package, remember him? And Psychic and Punisher. So Psychic and Punisher gets a crazy amount of attack depending on how much life points you have. It gets the difference. So if you have 1,000, it's going to get 7,000. If your opponent has 8,000. Difference between you and your opponent. And then this card, level 4, 2 level 4s, you overlay with this. It negates everything on the field, go for attack. And then this one. This is kind of like a going second because he can negate a card while he's attacking. It's more of a fun card, so it's not that strong, so I'll kind of put it into that category. You wouldn't go first, but I just wanted to offer that. But yeah, these three, going second, are how you finish games. So if you're constantly fighting somebody and you're going second and building up the board, or you have problem cards, because Zarc is really hard to get this deck over 4K attack. Most people can die at that, but lately I find people are getting kind of high, so use this to get over monsters that like have high attack, or if they kill Zarc, you can still play. Because Zarc is your beater, and like he finishes games because he wipes the board, but if for some reason you're having problems, you can always switch out to these. This one also has protection, these don't. This is a really good one. It's really, really easy to summon level 11 in this deck. So yeah. Here we have our links. So we are running a Cross Sheep, Trigate Wizard, and a Nightmare Griffin. These are link options. What I like to do is I like to go into this and go like that. So he has negate. This is going to be next to impossible to have him right there, but if you can manage it, go for it. I've only ever pulled off this, and I pulled off this consistently, but this is a possibility to give him more options to be linked, and then you can maybe put a Nightmare Griffin right here, and then you have a full negate if you really think you can pull that off. But I tend to not be able to do it consistently without any interruptions, so I care about consistency and what you can do in real play. So these are my options for that. Sorry about the lighting in this video, but I'm working on it. I gotta get a better webcam. But yeah. So Trigate Wizard, he has some pretty good effects. Let's talk about it. He has Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, he has an Omni negate if he's co-linked. So if by some way you get him like this, the best way to go about doing this that I can in this deck, if he's with 3, you have her on the top because she can special summon an extra card for a combo piece. You get him right there. Maybe go into cross sheet plus one other monster can be this, and then you're gonna have to link one more time. If you can manage to do that and get a card that points towards him, he has an Omni negate that banishes. So, I'll let you do the math on that. You'll figure that out. But it's a good card. I don't know if it's worth all that just to get a single Omni negate, but it's cool if you can do it consistently turn 1. If not, I wouldn't bother. But 1 or 2 negates is cool. Our utility card, these are just protection and combo extenders. This deck gets level 7 really easy, so you can run this, and then this is in case they try to. I've been hit with Dark Hole or Regeki sometimes, or Lightning Storm, and this obviously stops Lightning Storm because it just negates it. Back row or monsters, so you can main deck this always, and it's easy to summon level 8 mistakes. And then, yeah, that's just utility. Our XYZ package. This is a new card I recently discovered. Can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. This card is really good. Number FO Utopia Draco Future. You overlay 2 XYZ cards of the same type. You start with him, and then you stack him like that, and then bam. 3K beater that's really hard to get rid of. And he has an Omni negate. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, he has a monster negate. And if the monster is on field, he can snatch and steal it. So, man, I've snuck games with this. Really good card. And then we have Evil Swarm, Ouroboros, 3 level 4s. This deck gets level 4s easy. Steal a card, use one of the effects. Have Time Star, and then stack Time Star and this with this, and then you go like that. So that's another option. These are your XYZ options. If you're having a problem getting into your synchros consistently, this is a negate option. A good negate option. Not an Omni negate option, but a good monster negate option. And then finally, our fun cards. These are not good, they're just here for fun because they look cool. If you know anything about pendulums, you know the joke of a card that Nirvana High Paladin is, it's such a fun card. It looks cool, I love summoning it, but let's be honest, bro, you're not winning games summoning that card. This looks cool because it just looks like a Gundam. Symphonic Warrior Rocks he has a lot of utility, but he's not worth, running him for a slot. And this is just a beacon. This is just beater Zarc. Like, he's not good. You get him on the field, he has no protection at all whatsoever, and he gets destroyed, goes to your pendulum scale, and he does nothing. Like, yeah. Should be 1 Supreme King Dragon or Supreme King Gate Pendulum Monster. Shows up on this card, so he can come back. He's very easily recyclable. So this is just a 4K beater. If you need a consistent, I need a 4K beater constantly, that's what this is for. This is just like a fun version of Zarc. So I would always suggest running these for the memes. If you run this, people will laugh if you summon this. Nobody will know what the hell this is, and this one looks cool. So you don't ever synchro summon this card. Just don't do it. Use it off our allies, Absolute Dragon, and yeah. So those are my options for this deck. Whenever I'm playing someone, those are your side decks. That's what you have. You just kind of go based off what they're playing, and you're like, you know what? I'm having a hard time killing their monsters. You go for that. I'm having a hard time getting high attack. Go for this stuff. Excuse me. Go for this. These are your options. If you're having if you want to go for the banish route, which is the one I run a lot, go for these, and then you can just banish a lot of the stuff they're going for. Banish, because this will be on the field, banishing everything by default, and then you go for this to attack, and this one to have a negate. So you can literally summon all 3 of these. I can summon these 2 consistently. I can't really deal with this. So I'm not going to go over every single one of these cards, but I will go over these because I use these the most. I'll show you how we summon these 2, and I'll show you why this is a problem, and then we'll end the video there. So the way this works, we're going to start with this one. This is the easiest one to summon. That's a level 9. So in order to summon that, you would need... Oh, we gotta run Oath Dragon Magician. Let's talk about that. But to summon this is on the field, and then he can either synchro with something on the field or in the pendulum zone. So let's say this is in the pendulum zone, right? Pretend this is the pendulum zone. He can go 2, 7, 8, 9. Bam, you got that, just like that. No problems, easy. So these two synchro into this. And then harmonizing will grab a magician from the deck and special summon it into the field. So if it's a level 6, which it needs to be, you get him. So this plus, pretend this is a level 6, equals him. And this, which is the hardest card to summon, is this plus this. This is only hard because this, I can search this, but I only run one, and it uses resources. But if you can make it happen, this plus this equals that. And yeah, that's the video, guys. I just wanted to offer an alternative of how to run this deck to make it fun. Try to make it competitive. There's holes all in this deck. Like, Droll kills the deck. I forgot that one card that banishes every card that sets it into the graveyard. That kind of screws the deck over. You know what I mean? It's like, there are a lot of ways to screw this deck over. So really, you just having fun, honestly. And if you're not having fun while you're playing, Yu-Gi-Oh has been dying off at my locals because people are not having fun. They're playing the Gundam game. They're playing the One Piece game because the game is just toxic and no one's playing. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn, you know what happened. So I will continue playing with this deck. I'm not interested in being meta no more. I don't care. The meta is killing the community. I'm watching it happening in real time. So yeah, that'll be all for the video, guys. I appreciate you for watching this. This is kind of long, but yeah, I'm gonna post it anyway. If I get it, you know, nobody really sees it. Hopefully, a couple of you do. I'll try to put timestamps to make it easier to kind of get through. And yeah, this is another side deck I had. This is my old deck, but this doesn't matter because it didn't apply to this deck, so I didn't bother. But yeah, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you think about the ideas I presented and the way the deck can be ran. If you guys think it's plausible, let me know. If you have any alternatives you think that might run better or help with consistency, let me know. I'm open to hear that. Again, I play this deck regularly. It's a deck I play. I play this and ABC. That's it. I don't play anything else. I might try super heavy samurais. I want to get into those because I love pendulums and I love samurai. So it just makes sense. Like I should be playing that deck, but I haven't got into it yet. So if somebody can give me some options on how to build for it, I'll be open to that. But for now, we're going to stick to Zarc and ABC. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Raiden out.